Why, hello everyone. Welcome to this not quite daily long play stream of my playthrough of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice on the Xbox One. I'm saying that because I'm doing this at a way different time than usual, and even on a different day, with a different objective. You see, I'm not necessarily continuing my playthrough of this, as I'm not going to be advancing the story or anything like that. What I am going to be doing is I'm going to be doing a little grinding, which is deliberate of killing of lower level enemies for the purposes of gaining XP to acquire, in this case, skill points. But that's not my only objective today. I'm also going to try out a new control scheme I've been thinking about today, of implementing. You see, let me get signed in here, and we can have this game loading while I'm explaining it. You see, I've been thinking about the fact that I settled on this control scheme that I'm using with, let's say, some misconceptions about this game in mind. Those misconceptions being that this game would play an awful lot like Ninja Gaiden. And it does have a lot of similarities, but it also has enough differences and distinctions to where some of the decisions I made about button mapping really aren't all that valid. So I'm going to start this whole stream of mine by making some changes. A lot of changes, actually. Let's head over to options, and I can show you what I've been using for the past few weeks. I've been using left trigger for deflect and guard. I've been using left bumper for grappling hook, right trigger for using the prosthetic tool, right bumper for cycling it, A for jump, B for step dodge and holding for sprint, X for attack, Y for action. That is, collecting loot and such. I've been using the left analog stick for crouching and the right analog stick for camera locking and camera reset. And then the D-pads for selecting and using items, and of course eavesdropping. Now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna experiment with a different control scheme, because I would like to see if that actually improves my play, because one of the issues I've been having is in my inability to deflect attacks as often as I want to. That is, hitting the guard button at the same time that an enemy attack connects. Seems like just more often than not I merely block, and as a result I take posture damage as opposed to doing it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch that function over from a trigger to a shoulder, from L1, from left trigger to left bumper. I'm hoping that will result in a faster response, because it'll be a shorter throw. It's a button and not a trigger. So that's my thinking. Let's go into controller configuration, and let's go ahead and start messing around with the ideas I have here. Now then, I'm going to be moving dodge to the right bumper. I'm going to be keeping this here. Looks like that's the only thing I'm going to be changing on this menu, on this part. Camera reset, I'm going to be switching that over to the left trigger, because that'll make it sort of like Z targeting. Alright. I think that's everything I need for that. Use prosthetic tools. I'm going to switch that over to Y. Why? Because it's an idea that I had earlier and tried, and I guess I didn't give myself enough time to get used to it. But I also made it outside of the context of the other problems I've been having, so yeah, I'm going to give that another shot here. Alright. That's psychoprosthetic tools. I guess that's a different button. Sorry about that. I got confused as to which I was looking at. I'm going to put that on the right analog stick. Use prosthetic tool is going to go on Y. Guard is going to go on left bumper. Grappling hook is going to go on right trigger. This is going to go on B. I think that's it. Everything should be copacetic now. I'm going to give this here a try. Left bumper plus combat arts. It won't let me change that, but let's see here. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And hopefully, this will also solve another issue I've been having as of late, especially against this recent boss, the third of the main bosses that you fight. And that is that I've been holding down left trigger a lot while hitting the attack button and only basically doing my whirlwind attack, which is a great move a lot of the time, especially against lots of enemies, but not all the time. And I feel like it's been limiting my combat options, only ever using that particular attack. So I'm hoping that by doing this, the combat will open up a little bit more for me, and I'll have a little bit more success, a little bit more control. Because it's a two-hit attack, that whirlwind attack, and when you hit the button twice, he does it twice. You do it twice. And that has opened me up to a lot of situations where I get hit when I didn't mean to, because I attacked more often than I wanted. Okay, so let's see here. Grappling hook is on right trigger. I'm gonna have to get used to that. Gonna have to get used to hitting Y to throw shurikens and such, and use the secondary weapon, which I hope to make more use of. Gonna have to get used to B for collecting loot. I think that'll be easy. I'm gonna have to get used to let me see here. Dodge being on the right bumper. Guard and deflect being on the left bumper. I think it'll be easy for me to get used to the camera thing on that, although I kind of wish it were a hold. I wonder if I can change that to a hold. Toggle auto lock on and auto target. We'll see. I'm gonna give this here a try, and while I'm I'm basically gonna be using this grinding thing as a way of getting used to it. Just trying to figure out if there's a way of switching it between toggle and hold. It doesn't seem like there's any option to switch that. Alright. Okay, so one easy, quick way of doing this is by seeing this guy. Oops, there's the first instance of me screwing it up, but that's okay. This is the time to make mistakes like that. Okay, I'm hitting left trigger instead of left bumper. Basically, I have to retrain my brain into accepting this new control scheme. Who knows, maybe I'll find at the end of this that it's a complete failure, and I'll switch back to the other way, which it shouldn't be too hard for me to remember. I can always just go back to this stream. and just look at what I had at the start. But I'm hoping that this will be better. Okay, right analog stick, which was the button I used to have for lock on, is switching the prosthetic tools. Right bumper, which used to switch prosthetic tools, is now dodge. And right trigger, which used to use the prosthetic tools, that is now the grappling hook. Basically, A and X are the only main buttons that are the same. Left analog stick is the same, and the D-pad is as well. But yeah, everything else is different. It did get a bit awkward to hold down B to run. B is kind of the hardest button to hit on an Xbox controller. Because the way my thumbs, at least, line up is that my right thumb is on A and X. And then Y is a little bit easier to hit than B. A is jump and X is attack. Getting used to... I think the hardest thing so far, the thing that may be most problematic, will be getting used to hitting B to activate things, because I'll hit Y and then accidentally throw Shuriken or something. Let's do a specific training. Let's do the Makiri counter, because that's one of the things I wanted to work on with this new control scheme. Not that I was having issues with it, but I'm hoping that this will be quicker and therefore more likely to have success. Of course, I don't even need to hold up with this guy. I'll do it anyway. Yep. Don't worry, I'll get to fighting actual enemies soonish, but I would like to focus on just getting used to these controls a little bit before I go into actual combat. Remember, I just changed them, and I've been playing this game for like 30 hours, if not more, with a control scheme that I'm trying to break free of, so it's going to take me a little bit longer than that. Let's, dust attacks. Here we go, this should... I think the reason why I missed those 1-2 is because I was not locked on. Alright. Okay, becomes much more difficult in this situation because you don't know what he's gonna do. There we go. Alright, let's go out into the world and give this stuff a try. Let me see here. We don't have any XP to worry about losing at the moment, but eventually we will, which is the point of grinding. So, let's take a look here. I think I want to go to an area that I'm already pretty familiar with. Yeah. Let's go to the Hirosha estate. Here, our old stomping grounds. Give this a couple runs, and we'll see how it feels. It's not just about XP in the video game sense, it's about experience with this new control scheme. And we want to use this as an opportunity to iron out any difficulties we have before tomorrow, which I'm going to take on that big boss guy again. And I fear that if I can't get used to this control scheme between now and then, I'll have to switch back. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Alrighty, I feel like this control change is better for that one situation, because whereas before I had to hold down B with my right thumbstick in order to run at that guy, and then switch stop as I switch over to attack. But here I was actually holding down run the entire time. So I wonder if this will open up like new run attack options. Alright. Alright, being a little more cautious. Using right trigger to grapple is a pretty effective way of doing things. I don't think there was ever anything over here to explore, but who knows, maybe there was. I wonder if there's any secret doors here. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, where's the other guy? Take that, stupid furniture. Alright. Seems like with this system it'll be easier for me to end up forgetting about collecting the money and items. So I have to hold in a different button, and I might be too timid to even try because I might be afraid of accidentally hitting the wrong button, which will waste ammunition or spirit emblems, whatever. I mean, like I said, I don't think there's anything in here. I think we've explored this area quite well. One thing I have not been using, because I usually always do this, which is a really cool move, I still like it, but it's the general thrust attack where you hold attack on its own and do that. Because that is an unblockable attack. I feel like I would have been having more success and had an easier time if I had been mixing that in. But, I don't know. Like I said, I don't expect to have an easier time immediately because it's going to take me time to get adjusted to this control scheme. Like using left trigger to lock on, it would be easier if it were a hold. The game won't let me make that adjustment, unfortunately. Guess I'll have to compensate for it by keeping my left finger mostly on the left bumper button. There we go. Sneaking is still the same. Hitting B to dodge. That was not being successful. I tried to suck this stuff in by hitting Y again. Okay, let's okay, I don't have the items I'm going to need for this guy. Okay, switch over to the axe. I haven't even used this new upgraded one yet. And let's switch this over to the... I don't know. Maybe I should be using this as an opportunity to try out different weaponry here. Let's try this thing. Yes, it's going to take me a long time to get up the XP I need. Especially if I'm just doing this. Let's try this thing. Actually, I hit the wrong thing. I wanted to try the sword. Oh well. Now that is a very nice fluid motion. Running with R1 and then... Yeah, that's going to make running around a lot easier. This feels like it's already making me a lot more mobile. But watch this, when I hold R1 and L1... R1 and then hit L1 and attack at the same time. Look at that. A nice, smooth, fluid motion from running to doing my whirlwind attack. But when you do it without hitting L1, it does an abrupt stop. But watch this, when you hit L1 and attack at the same time. Look how smooth that was. Maybe I'm just imagining it, but it seems smoother. I don't know. B, we have to also remind ourselves that it's B to use the idol and not Y. Alright, let's do that again. Now I was holding down R1. That's why I took all those unnecessary hits. I need to practice using R1 to dodge. Because I was in a death blow animation, it negated his one attack. Hey, that guy kicked dirt in my face. Ah. Not a great result, but it's better that I have that kind of problem now as opposed to later. By the way, I can always just change it if I find that this particular setting is not working, but I want to respond by changing it to something else entirely. Rather than go back to the other one, anyway. I caught him unaware, even though I ran right up on him. Ah, dagnammit. I ran into the fire. Panicked because I'm not relying on muscle memory anymore. That thing, interesting. Yay! I am keeping an occasional eye on the chat, by the way, just in case anyone pops in. Usually doesn't happen, but you never know. If I don't remind myself, who will? Let's travel and do this again. I'm not just grinding for XP, I'm getting used to this new control scheme. Testing it to see if it actually has as much potential to be better as I hope it does. Yeah, it was my fault. I forgot to switch. It wasn't the fault of the control scheme either. Actually, it might have been. I am not doing well at all. Ah, dagnammit. I am not doing well. Alright, so we rest here. Reset that again. So, yeah, the confusion over targeting and throwing shurikens is definitely throwing me off there. Especially the targeting. And then dodging. Holding this down to run feels very natural. But the other element of it, which is using it to dodge, that does not feel natural. And that's a problem. In controlled situations like this, I can definitely throw the shuriken pretty instinctive, pretty consistently, but when the chips are down, that's the real problem is when things get dicey, can I do it consistently? Alright, that obviously went a lot better. Alright, we got some more guys coming out. Come on. He's like, hey. Yeah, I'm not always locking on to enemies. It's because I'm not actually hitting the lock-on button. That seems like that is a very confusing change to me. And those things. Of course, I'm also collecting plenty of money by doing this. Not that I have any real use for it, but whatever. Just stop and remember the control changes I made. Not using dodge. What if I were to go in the water, that would reduce the burn effect? I mean, actually, I'm already in it, and it's not. I think it will, right? Then again, this is not that kind of game. Seem to be deflecting pretty more readily. That's good news. Getting used to using the right analog stick to switch prosthetic devices. That's good news as well. Ooh, bad day for that guy, I guess. There's no secrets in here, is there? I already got the stuff that was in here. Especially the thing that was in that chest. No, there wasn't anything there. I knew that already, but still, I felt compelled to try it just the same. Because I'm an idiot. Alright. Things are blocking me from checking this wall. I have no reason to expect anything to be behind this stuff, but I'm checking it because why not? I mean, it's wasting time and I should be getting used to these controls. That's why, but whatever. Alright. I'm actually a third of the way to the next skill point, which I will be using to increase my stealth ability, which is what I've been saying for a while now I'm going to do. Alright, let's do this again. I feel like this is a good run for testing out this stuff. It's a low-risk situation, but also is a run that requires a whole variety of different stuff. And I feel like it tests out everything. Whoa, a little bit of slowdown. A little bit of freezage there. Hit right trigger there once, because I got confused. Like a moron. Ah, dagnammit. I love those unblockable attacks, eh? It's actually faster if I don't stealth kill them. Really? Alright. Come at me. I'm gonna deflect you. Oh, you're still up, huh? Not for long. Collect all that money. And oil. Don't worry, folks. I don't really have anything else going on tonight. So I'll probably be playing this until about 1 a.m. Just trying to get adjusted to this stuff. Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah. Even though you're already dead, I'm still going to perform a fatal blow on you. Why not? Not having much difficulty interacting with the idols. That's good, at least. Okay, that was the fault of me not switching away from the axe. This guy out. Is that everyone? I don't know. Sorry, I don't have all that much to say at the moment. I'm still just trying to get adjusted to this new control scheme I'm trying out. Try to do all the things I want to do instinctively, on command, and not just me saying, oh wait, how do I do that again? No, I don't want that. I want to feel as not just as good as I did before, but better, which is the whole idea of changing control schemes. Is I want it to feel better. Because if at best I'm just equaling what I did before, then it was sort of just a waste of time, really. Oh, all right. Well, I didn't break his shield, but it didn't matter. All right. Alright, I think I'm actually past the halfway point towards the next skill point. Interesting. Because I have been playing this for almost an hour now, so maybe that's not that impressive. But still. I mean, there are a decent amount of enemies in this run. In one of these runs. Maybe 2 dozen? I don't know. Gotta be fast to get that guy before he shoots you. Sorry, I wasn't crouched. Ah, dagnammit. Hey, you guys want some too? Alright. Come on. I can block that. Practicing jumping on people's head would also be a useful skill for me to have. There we go. I have looked up some videos on how to defeat the third main boss. And they both have offers, the two that I like, both offer some interesting and different options for going about doing it. And I'll have to see how much of that I like to incorporate into my own attempts. Because I got to the third phase on that one attempt. I had like no healing items and no idea what to do. Which, yeah, not helpful. I feel like there was once an item I got that gave me more XP for kills, but I'm not sure. Maybe that was a different game. I feel like I'm getting more confident. But am I getting more competent? That's the real question. I'm on fire. Alright, I'll take that. Just keep holding it down if I miss the first time. Sure, why not? It's kind of unfortunate that this game has so many functions on the same buttons. Like, for example, I was just thinking about, wouldn't it be great if maybe I should put the run button on the right, on one of the triggers, because that's an even easier way to run around, because triggers are naturally easier to hold down. But then I thought, oh wait, that's also the dodge button, and I need quick access to that, so ugh. Yeah. I thought I could divorce those functions from each other, but nope, I can't. It's much easier, like guarding and deflecting, I think should be on separate buttons. Because I feel like deflecting should be on a bumper and guarding should be on a trigger. It's easy to hold down the trigger. Let's make it easier to actually guard. But blocking, or deflecting, I mean, it's better for a quick button like a bumper or a face button. But they have to be on the same button, and that makes things more difficult for me. Can I go over there? That still looks stupid. I think I've attempted to see if there's anything here, but... Oh wait, look at this. Okay, this wasn't anything, but still. It was interesting that I could do this anyway. Maybe. I don't know. Won't let me grab onto that ledge, so I guess it kind of doesn't matter. Ooh. Maybe I can hug one of these walls for a secret entrance. Doesn't seem like it. Oh dear. I guess you never know until you try, but realistically, you probably know. I think I've already tried doing this. Alright, well, that was a nice little waste of time there, don't you think? I can zip up here, which is how I was able to get an overview of this area when I first got here. Good way of getting the lay of the land to figure out what you're up against. But when there's no one around here, there's not much of it is not of much use. I wonder if there are any grapple points over here. Probably not. Guess the game doesn't want me going around exploring buildings that are actively on fire now, does it? Yep. Alright. We do it again. This isn't just about XP, this is about getting used to my new control scheme. Alright. Alright, so far I seem to be getting more comfortable with hitting LB and X to do this attack, which I still like. But and I'm also getting more and more used to doing this to guard, to deflect. It's holding down like this to block that's still a little cumbersome at the moment. But the real issue is the left trigger, using it to target enemies, because it's a toggle, not a hold, and I don't have the ability to change that in this game. It'd make it a whole lot easier if I could, trust me. I'm much more used to holding it than toggling it. No, nothing there. Still having some occasional trouble Yeah, with the whole targeting thing, actually. If there's anything that's likely to be changed, it's that. I'm having no trouble getting used to holding RB to run. It's tapping RB to dodge that I'm still not necessarily struggling with. It's just I'm not even trying. I should just dedicate myself to dodging a lot here. Dagnammit, I failed there. I thought I was holding back, but apparently I wasn't. Yeah, how about you die now? Alright. Having no trouble getting used to B to suck in money and items, so that's good. Trying to think, if I wanted to change the targeting thing, what would I change it to? Right trigger to grapple is coming pretty naturally to me. That's good. And in controlled situations like this, hitting Y to throw shurikens is also coming pretty well. As well. All's well that as well. What? I don't know. I had to think a little too much about which button I had to hit in order to throw the shuriken. It's a sign that I'm not quite as comfortable and confident in that as I had hoped to be. There we go. These axe guys are a little bit tougher. But I was able to deflect that attack, so it was fine. The big one, anyway. What am I doing? Other than being a moron, of course. I have a lot of gold. I mean, a lot of it. Maybe I could buy some stuff, but nah. Not gonna bother with that until like tomorrow or something. I took way more damage there than I should have. I wonder how much that's coming down to me getting adjusted the control scheme or just me being foolish. I don't know. I tried to run by holding in B, which I'm not, in fact, as adjusted to that as I thought. Just being honest here. Here we go at it again. Streaming for a little over an hour. Well, I've been playing this game for much longer than that before now, but still. Hoping I can get used to this new control scheme, but we'll see. I mean, again, I'm open to changing some aspects of it back, even if I have to. I'd just rather not. Wonder why that second shuriken I threw missed. Take Ninja Star in your face. There you are. Why aren't you coming out, buddy? Actually, I dodged when I wanted to dodge. That's pretty cool. Actually did that deliberately. See, it hits enemies behind me as well. Cool. Do it again. Keep doing it until I feel confident. Actually, I'll keep doing this until I get this XP point. And then I'll travel to a different area. Alright. Here we are again. Maybe I should be practicing the Curie counter when they do that. Go. Oh, there's that XP thing. Another pellet. I'll take that. Sure, why not? Now, because I got it, that means it's banked, and I will never lose it. You don't lose your upgrade points, you only lose the progress towards your next upgrade point. Which is pretty cool, if you ask me. I mean, it's better than losing points you've accumulated. That's for sure. Now I tried to hit B to dodge. I thought about hitting the right trigger to use the axe on him, but I didn't. Instead, I hit Y. So that's a sign of progress, right? Alright. Yeah, I think I shall go to a different area now. Where should I go? Thinking I'll go to here. That's what I'll do. This seems to be a nice area for practicing more stuff, including platforming and grappling and holding the action button to grab on the ledges and whatnot. Plenty of opportunities for me to either fail or succeed with this new method of mine, this new control scheme. Wow, he did a lot of damage to me. Okay. These enemies also have a lot of XP. Now look, that's 160 from one enemy. I mean, I was getting, what, 30 per enemy in the other area? So that's like, 5 times as much? More, yeah, about 5 times as much there. Okay, this is going to be an issue. Alright. The heck? He just spawned right in front of me. That's a little messed up. Even that little lizard gave me 72 XP. That is messed up. Don't worry, I won't be going into that area where all the sharpshooters were firing at me, though I might bring out the old binoculars to scope out the situation. Somewhere around here is the big shotgun guy that I'm afraid of. Not the boss one, but the one before that. But he does give a lot of XP. Like 300. The enemies here are definitely worth a lot more, but there are fewer of them. So it takes a longer time, and there's more environmental obstacles, platforming to get through. So this may not be a very lucrative area for grinding. But that's what one of the things we're here to find out. Tried to hold right trigger to throw the shurikens, and it did not work. Okay, he just shot me at point-blank range for that thing. Not cool. Oh, he reloads that thing really fast, doesn't he? Again, can't throw hit right trigger to throw the shurikens. I need to hit Y. Why? Because I said so, that's why. Actually, let me try this new thing I have here. Okay, so this control setup makes it harder to walk around with that thing deployed, unfortunately. Try to dodge by hitting E. That's not good. Running around him seems like it could be effective. As you can see, this is a long, involved fight against what is actually just a regular enemy. It's a really tough one. Ah, crap. Ah, crap! Ah, dagnammit. All that XP I just gained, I lost. Good thing I banked up a skill point before that. So I wasn't paying attention to where the cliff was. Ay, caramba. I suck. Caramba. That should not have happened at all. Lost a whole bunch of gold, not that that matters, but more importantly XP, and I just shouldn't have died. I rolled off a cliff, which was the one thing I should not have done. Of course, that is something that could have easily have happened even if without this control scheme, so I wouldn't necessarily blame it on that, but still, it's annoying. Crap. I can't really sneak up on that guy, can I? That was a cool move I just did. I was tapping X as soon as my thing connected there. Maybe that's what allowed it to happen that time, whereas other times it didn't. I don't know. Alright, again, spawning right in front of me. And I almost went right down that cliff, which wouldn't have killed me, but it would have taken a lot of health for no reason. Dagnammit. I'm sorry, I'm still annoyed by me falling off a cliff like that. That is all kinds of stupid. And I know it. I just have to make sure that doesn't happen again. Dagnammit. I'm actually just gonna sit here and rest. Regain my one thing. Oops, I rested again. Not that that matters, but whatever. Which one of these is the big guy with the giant shotgun? I think he's hiding behind that rock. Yep. Wow, that was pointless on my part. The fact he can whack me with his giant shotgun is also annoying. I don't know if I can actually deflect his bullets. Like, maybe I should try. Yes, I can. Not that it'll cause damage to him at all, because it won't. I shouldn't have done that. Regular attacks against this guy will probably work better. Hey, damn, dang, there we go. About time. Gives me almost 300 XP, but man. Garumba. Decent amount of gold, too. Okay, so that's the area you go down to and immediately get shot at. Where's the spyglass thing? I need to switch over to that for a moment. I still have that thing. That's good to know. Visibility is low, so it's going to make it difficult for me to see where these sharpshooters actually are. That sucks. But whatever. I think there's one right there. There's another, so I see two. There's the mini-boss. I want to kill at some point soon so I can get another prayer bead and increase my health. I only need one more. So I see two. I only see two sharpshooters. Three. There's the third one right there. So that's one, two. I'm putting them in the center of the screen as I'm counting. Three. So that explains why they weren't able to hit me when I was over on that side. But they can definitely hit me when I'm there. That's for sure. Alright, well, I'm not here to take them on. I just want to gather a little information about them because that's one of the things I want to find out. I found at least 3 sharpshooters. That's the point. Trying to see if there's any more of them. I don't know. Okay, so the enemies in this area definitely offer a lot more XP, but they also are more likely to kill me. Risk versus reward, I guess. Yeah. Let's see here. Maybe if I get a different angle. Doesn't appear to be any spot for anyone to be over there, so yeah. I think it's just those 3 guys. 1 right there. 2. And then the third one is some over there, I think. Right? 1, 2. I don't know. For the moment, I'm going to assume there's 3 sharpshooters. Guess I already had the best, clearest spot to try to view them from. 1, 2... Can't even see the third one anymore. Yeah, there's no way I can hit them from here with my shurikens. Can't even target them. Could try throwing one in the general direction of one of them, and then looking through the spyglass to see how they react. Didn't even reach that distance. Yep. Oh, wow. We head back here for a moment. I mean, I have enough XP to get the thing that I want. I'm not gonna get it, though. So I want to save that for an actual daily long play stream. Which will be tomorrow morning at 11 a.m., by the way. I might actually just call this at noon, because I'm not sure how much more benefit I can get. I think this has potential, this control scheme. I'm just a little concerned about a couple of things, and of course, once I get into the fight with the main boss. Let me see here. Looking at the camera, I don't like that. So that's also the thing that resets it. I'm not sure what I would change that to. I think I can get used to left bumper to deflect and guard, as well as do the combat arts. I think I can do that. Grappling hook seems to be pretty easy. Right bumper to dodge, step, and to sprints is not as easy, but I still think it's manageable. B to collect loot and activate monuments seems pretty reasonable. I guess grabbing onto ledges might be a little more complicated, but I think I can get used to that. Using prosthetic 2 on Y could be dicey, but I think I'll get used to that too. Cycling the prosthetic tool. Cycling it on right analog stick. I don't know. Maybe I should change that to left trigger. Seems like it would be a bad idea. I think I can assign something to the select button, actually. Interesting. Maybe I should do that. What do I do, though? Maybe the prosthetic tool? Yeah, look at that. And then put this back on here because it seems to have, it seems to work. Keep wanting to do that anyway. Now I have the left trigger that's just unused. Too bad there's no option to assign both buttons to this, because if I could have, let's see here. So that might actually solve problems, because I could just like hold left trigger to guard and use the abilities, and then tap left bumper to deflect. I don't know. Also wondering if it's a good idea to actually have switching the prosthetic device to the back button, because I have to take my left thumbstick off the analog stick in order to do that. My left thumb off the analog stick in order to do that. As before, it was on either right bumper or right analog stick. I'm afraid of putting it on left trigger, though, because that's something I could easily hit by mistake, and I don't want to do that. Let me see here. Maybe if I can do this. Of course, B won't be used anymore, but that might be okay. But using... No, I don't like that idea for the idol. Okay, yeah, let's not do that. I don't know. Guess having left trigger not do anything is probably better than having it do something that could hurt me. Right? I don't know. We'll see. I probably want to get the next XP point before I fight the big boss, so... Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, I guess. Dagnam, if only I didn't lose all those 1 points. I don't know how much I actually lost, but it was enough to be annoying. That's for sure. I guess let's go back here. All right. Alrighty, this is feeling a lot more comfortable, probably because it's more familiar, which is not necessarily a good sign, but whatever. This is not, that particular change was not the thing that I really cared about. Just seemed like it'd be a good idea. But now knowing that I can't have it be a hold instead of a toggle, yeah, that quickly became the thing that I realized I was most likely to change back. To at least some extent, anyway. I guess having it on the right analog stick does make sense. I think I'm used to using Y to throw shurikens in this case. That's good news. Alright, switching those things with the back button actually seems pretty intuitive. There you are. Alright. Here we go. And don't worry, I'm still not worried about the whole dragon rot thing, because I actually have a dragon rot cure thing on me already. And plus I can buy more of them if I need to. And they are not expensive. Not that money is actually not much of an object in this game, and I have a lot of it when you count the coin purses I have. Oops, I tried to hit B in order to dodge. That's not good. I did it again. That's something I will have to keep working on. Oops. Hold on, buddy. Let me, get the axe. Okay, so it's not like the, let me take a look at that. Whirl the axe in circles to strike enemies. Pressing Y during the whirling strike will cause one to whirl again. It's not a continuous whirl, it's an additional whirl. I wonder if you can do it multiple times, though. Hold Y for whirling strikes and then press it again. Okay, now I got it. Oh wow, what's using up stuff there, so let's not just keep doing that. Alright, dowsing powder. Cool, I guess. I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I'm already feeling much more confident taking out this guy with this change back here. Try to hit him with the right trigger, and that's not going to work. Just realized I still had my scope on. Probably not helpful. That's right, bring out all comers. I'm taking them all on. I'm getting much more used to holding left bumper to do the trolley attack. Not so much in deflecting yet. That did a lot of positive damage during that deflection. Did. Ah. Can't talk. Alright. That guy set me on fire. Totally not cool. Not cool at all, in fact. Still only deflecting a small number of these attacks. Just a little annoying. Wow, you tire yourself out real easy doing that there, buddy. Take a knee. Alright. I still have to get better at the timing with the deflections, but I think with this change, I think I'll be able to do just that. Still thinking about, I'm still having to think about which button I hit to throw the shurikens, which is not a good sign. Thinking, oh, I hit right trigger, right? Nope. That's not what you do at all. I did it again. I'm not actually hitting it, but I'm thinking about hitting it. Which I want to get that out of my system, too. That's done too soon. Wow, he is completely oblivious to me, even though I was right in front of him. There you are. Wondering if one of you guys are going to come out. Oh, looks like both of them. That's a party. You can tell, one way to tell the difference between a successful deflection as opposed to a block is the flash that occurs when it happens. If it is a big flash, it's a deflection. If not, it's a block. Well, it's also the idea that the enemy's taking posture damage and not you. And they tend to get stunned for a moment when you deflect them. But the most visible sign is the flash. your torches. When will you learn not to play with fire? I stabbed air and blood came out of it there. That's messed up. Bloody air. And I got health out of it too. So why not? Alright. That's interesting, I guess. Oh, you, huh? You want some of this? How about this? A pellet. I'll definitely take that. Still hitting B to run occasionally. It's not as prevalent as it was. But still shouldn't be happening at all. And that, look, I just did it again. Alright. Back again. And the village is perpetually on fire. That was a deflection. It's also louder when it's a deflection. That took almost half his health. Nice, I can still collect money while stabbing a guy. It's called multitasking, eh? Yeah, having the camera lock on back on the right analog stick is definitely making for a much less confusing situation. It was a change that turned out to be the least beneficial to me because, I mean, hey, it's a toggle and it can't be turned into a hole. So yeah, with this, a little bit of familiarity back. Hopefully it's just enough to reduce the transition time. Interesting, I can sneak under here. To what end? I don't know. That's a little detail I've never noticed. I guess it's for stealthing behind those guys if I really wanted to. Right? Right? I don't know. Maybe. funny, spending 3 hours of this to only get like 2 skill points seems quite wasteful, but like I said, that's not the only objective here. Came up with trying to get used to this new control scheme that I've developed, and hopefully it will yield to better results tomorrow when I take on the boss. Just need time to get used to it. Practice and all that jazz. I actually hit the right button to dodge there, instinctively. Maybe it's taking hold now. It does give me a bit more range and make that operation a little more forgiving when it's like that. The upgraded axe. That's good. I gotta say, I'm not liking having the change on prosthetic tools on the back button. Having to take my left thumb off the analog stick to do that is a little bit annoying. So I'm thinking I'll change that here. Maybe put that on left trigger. I'm not hitting left trigger by accident anymore, so maybe this is okay. We'll see, we'll see. Yep, I was in fact trying to run by holding B. I'm still not fully adjusted to that. Alright. I'll keep playing this at least until I get the next skill point, but I may play it even longer. We'll see. We'll see. I initially hit B to dodge, but then I quickly hit R1. So maybe I'm getting a little better? I don't know. Ah, dagnammit. Now I'm on fire. Good job, me. I am being sarcastic there. Alright. Got everything. I was deliberately doing that time. now I'm falling back into old habits of only using this attack, which is kind of not what I wanted to happen at all. Well, when it's so effective like that, how can I not? It's just not as effective against most bosses. I don't know. Okay, interesting. My whirly attack actually took out half his health. And my axe finished him off, not by destroying his shield, just by hitting him. Really? Hiding behind me? Freak? Hiding from me, I mean? I am noticing something. When I go to throw shurikens like that, I am having to take a little bit longer. Not just because I'm still in the process of getting used to it, but it's because I'm having to lift my thumb out of its natural position of being on A and X to hit the Y button. Maybe the whole rationale by doing this is not that great. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, bring everyone out, please. My timing on that is still not great. See, I'm thinking about switching the, not sure, but I'm thinking about switching the, prosthetic tool back to right trigger. I'm not yeah, like I said, I'm not sure, but fact that I am having to lift my thumb up in order to use it means it's not as useful of a thing. It's not as quick, which is really the only reason why I did it. I didn't really need the precise timing of a button for that. I was just hoping that that would be better. More Ninja Gaiden-like, which is kind of a dumb rationale because I switched away from the control scheme I was using because of that problem. But I don't know. This is sort of an experimental thing I'm doing, an experimental stream with an experimental control scheme. Yes, yeah. Yeah, I got home from work plenty of time early, so I could actually just be doing Dead Cells right now if I wanted to, but I really wanted to try this thing out, hoping there would be a big improvement. And it is an improvement in some ways, it's just not as good as I'd hoped in others. But realistically, if I were to change it again, would I put... How would I do it? I wouldn't put... I don't think I'd want to put the grapple on the Y button. Because that's what's currently on the right trigger. It wouldn't make any sense. I don't know why I did that, but whatever. Might be able to get it with this next one. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. Like, oh, is that a new ability? Nope, it's just sort of a passive thing. I mean, it's not like the grappler needs all that timing specific either, although later it might get that way. I don't know. Out. Need less than 300 more. I was targeting the wrong enemy. Didn't deflect a single attack. In fact, I only blocked one of them. That's not good. Focusing on deflecting here. Seems the more I try to time it, as opposed to just tapping randomly like this, or tapping rhythmically like this, the more success I have. I mean, tapping should tapping rhythmically like that should only be done when they're attacking really fast. Like that. Maybe that's what I should be focusing on for the rest of... Yeah, I think I will stream until 1 o'clock. For the rest of this time I have tonight. Not these fire guys. More about, the regular sword enemies, or the axe enemies, or something. The ones that don't have burn damage. There's the fourth skill point. You can still deflect the torches, they just cause you a little bit of burn damage. Or maybe a lot if you fail. Thinking, wait, why did I lose my lock-on the one guy? Is it screwing up again? Am I getting this wrong? No, he was dead. That's what happened. Can't lock on to the dead there, son. I was surprised I didn't take both of them out in that one whirlwind attack. But oh well. Alright, let's head back to the dilapidated temple. I've earned 2 skill points. Or even more XP if I didn't die that one time, but hey, whatever. I've earned 2 of them. I could earn another one. I have 4. I definitely have enough for the stealth thing, but hey, I only need 2 more to get that one stinger attack, eh? Maybe I should aim for that. But then again, I could get the stealth thing and something else for that amount. Let's take a look. Dagnammit. Did that. Let's see what we've got here. This is the thing that I want to get. I'm not going to buy any of this today. I'll wait till tomorrow. But, let's see here. I could get this. What I can't get is that. I need 2 more for that. What's this? It's called Shadow Rush. LB and X perform rush with extended range. Leaping in the air. Costs spirit emblems. Upon connecting with an enemy, Wolf will jump off them, leaping in the air. Leaping in the air costs spirit emblems. Maybe I don't want that. I didn't read that before. Doesn't even say how many spirit emblems. It just says it costs spirit emblems. An extended range when you hold it. Maybe I don't want that, actually. Eek. Good thing I looked that up eventually. But I still want that, that's for sure. Mid-air use prosthetic. Maybe I want to get that at some point. I probably do. Attack with the tool and sword simultaneously. Axe after initial strike. Load spear after dragging. Mist Raven after activating. That could be useful. I don't know if I'm going to get any more of these skill trees, but maybe. Now that seems like it could be useful. Flame vent after initial blast. Yeah, there's at least one more tool I have to find. I could use the flame vent and this thing to light my sword on fire. Doesn't say how long the effects last. See what we have here. Combat art. This is basically an extended version of that thing, which I don't really use much. Covers gather strength when using a powerful overhead strike. Recovers posture when stepping in. And then press X afterwards to follow up. Perform a second overhead strike to cut down counterattacks. Restores posture when stepping in. So I guess you hold forward and LB and X to do that. What Curie counter, midair deflection. I haven't really used that at all, at least I don't think. I don't spend that much time in the air. I had to unlock that ability. That's crazy. Now, where is the thing that I got where it gave me the ability to... Where is it? This thing, Chasing Slice. Grappling hook attack. X during grappling hook movement. Use the forward momentum of your landing to perform a powerful sword attack. And here is, after certain prosthetic tools, Chasing Slice. Leap forward and perform a wide slicing attack. Loaded shuriken after throwing. Firecrackers after throwing. Loaded spear after thrust/cleave. I guess that would be that. That's pretty cool. Alright. Now, where to go next? Do I dare go back here? I don't know. I only found 2 idols down there. It's an annoying place. It's not necessarily scary, except, of course, that boss that's down there, but it is annoying. I don't like the idea of a combat arts that cost spirit emblems to use, so I might not get that after all. Eek. Just goes to show I can't keep thinking in Devil May Cry Ninja Gaiden terms when playing this game. Because even in that situation, it would end up screwing me. Oh, caramba. 6,616 XP. More XP to the next skill point. And it's going to take a long time to get. Especially considering it took me almost 2.5 hours to get 2 skill points. Actually, I think I'm going to call it a night. Yeah, 2.5 hours is a good amount. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate when people actually watch my streams. This is sort of an impromptu thing that I did, but I think I got something out of it. And I'm not 100% sure about the placement of the prosthetic tool usage. But, overall, I think this is pretty good. Left bumper is guard and deflect. Right trigger, left trigger does nothing. Or actually, left trigger switches these tools. Right trigger, grapple, right bumper, run and dodge. Jump and attack. A is jump and X is attack as always. Y is use prosthetic tool. And then B is action / suck in stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Just as a quick reminder, I do a daily long play stream just about every day, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time from Sunday through Thursday. I do a retro stream on Monday night, 8 p.m., modern stream on Wednesday night, 11 p.m., and occasional 4K and or HDR uploads typically on Fridays. And until then, see you back here tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. for a proper daily long play of Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. And until then, take it easy.